of the blue side winning against the red side.
So right now, obviously, it's not always going to be picked at
Yeah.
that side. A lot of teams still pick red as well. So I wonder if TNC is one of those teams that kind of favor that as well. But for now, they will be on the red side. And again, not missing a beat. Assassins banned out. Not taking a risk of letting Demon Kite out on the map.
Oh. Yeah, go ahead, prioritize that. It's a rush. And you know that's going to most likely go into the hands of Edward. It's now, if I'm not mistaken, 5-0 after the result of the last game. So for TNC, I'd really want to see them pick up the Zast. I don't want to see that in the hands of Yue. But the difficult thing is the Valentina is open. So you can go ahead and chase Assassins if you want to. With the Roger gone, you can go ahead and pick up the Harith or the Moskov.
I feel like deny picks are also a thing where you can kind of remove US corporate hero Valentina. Probably use it, but again, we're talking about like the flavors of the mid laners of TNC. That Zast is gonna come down soon, and like you mentioned, just removing it. I guess they think, you know what, we gotta secure this Zast.
Yeah. Okay, so they do pick up a Harith. The Ju Shin and the Valentina is open for Yue. If they want to go ahead and pick that up. If they're going to go Ju Shin, they might as well pick up the Jawhead alongside it. It's shown to be a pretty fearsome combo in the mid. RORA can also go ahead and pick up their gold laner now, so they don't have to worry about it getting banned out later. Maybe a Claude for Doming if they're okay with going for the mid-game power spike. If they want to rush it a little bit more, just... I don't want to suggest the Moskov, because the Moskov has been like somewhat cursed for Aurora.
I can't believe you picked that up.
Yeah.
Very early on, though, it does seem like they don't need to prioritize it. They do go for the Valentina like we kind of expected for Yue. And I guess it's a very classic mid lane matchup at this point. If both are open. But then again, there's no need to ban the Zushin. Interestingly enough, both teams kind of just straying away from that.
Yeah, and what hurts now is this Valentina pickup. It makes TNC Pro Team think twice about... Oh, excuse me, I was about to suggest a high loss, but it was banned in the first phase. So the roll for Escal... Ooh, they go ahead for the Hayabusa.
Very early Hayabusa. Love it. At the same time, again, comfort heroes are a thing. Seen case and played out.
They needed to.
They do need that, right? They need that amount of physical damage because they can itemize pretty easily if you go for another route.
Yeah, and most importantly, they would have gone into the second phase with the Roger, Fanny, and the Ling already taken out. So it was just a necessity that they locked in the Hayabusa now. In terms of the bans, you will want to take out Roamers for Renegade. The Edith going to the EXP lane isn't completely a sure thing, yes. But if you want to just go ahead and make sure that you control the roam mid, then you want to take out away the roamers. Now they take away the Lunox, which was shown yesterday as TLPH. We discussed this during day number 1, Brigadier and I, that Lunox might actually make an appearance during that day, but hey, it showed up this week.
Banned 3 times in day 2?
Yeah, banned 3 times in day 2, so gold lane Lunox is a rising possibility.
Oh, wow. You got a lot of people in the house today. I didn't notice that as much. I guess they just came in and yeah, we got some pretty familiar faces, some old teammates as well. And I like what I'm seeing. So right now, in terms of the draft, we are looking at ban on the Arlong. So they're probably still attacking that XP and roam side here.
Yeah.
I guess Tigreal would not be out of the question, I guess, for this one. Minotaur does seem to make a bit of a sense as well.
Ooh, Minotaur. In terms of the damage, if TNC decide to go into the Minotaur, might be tough. Minotaur for Aurora would be good. But as a TNC pickup against a Nolan, the Valentina, and even an Edith that will rotate more often, the Minotaur might have a difficult time. Terizla's still open for TNC Pro Team, and they might go for the Heads Classic. The classic Heads pick. And then banning out the Tigreal makes me think that they might actually go for the Terizla now. For the 4th pick for TNC Pro Team.
Yeah, Terizla's still a very powerful pick in the XP lane. Again, pretty surprised that it's becoming like a last phase priority right now.
Yep.
When in the first week, I feel like we've been seeing it in the first priority for most part. But yeah, I love the Terizla right now. Still pretty much very difficult to find a counter against it. No straight counters. sometimes you just have to. It all depends on the flavor of the XP laner of that day, to be honest.
There's only like one main matchup really for the Turizla. It's the X board.
Export, yeah.
So ban out the Jawhead, so they take away a strong formation breaker. Jawhead and the Zaz together would have been difficult to deal with in terms of if you want to have a set formation in a team fight, it will just destroy that. So if it's not the Turizla here, go ahead and pick up your roamer for Escalera. It'll be okay.
All right.
Do you want to give the Grok though?
It sounds like a great idea, but it has failed in the past as well.
Okay, there's Turizla.
There is the Turizla. All right, great pickup. Now on the other side, are we gonna go for the likes of a Matilda here?
Oh,
for Mr. Renegade, you know he has so many faces right now. You can never really tell what's coming out in that game.
Trying to look at the lineup of Aurora and thinking what their gold leader might be for Domeng. I think Claude might be the save, or Bruno Matilda.
Yeah. But you know, knowing Domeng, there it is.
Yeah, it is the Claude.
I was gonna say maybe a Moscow, but there's a Claude. Pretty safe picks. It's gonna be Aurora. Sorry, not the Aurora, the Matilda.
Yeah.
They're both
I mean, that's true.
Yeah. So right now, it's gonna be up to Renegade's flavor, and they pick up. They're the ones who pick up the Grok.
Yep.
Somehow, I kind of like that better.
Yeah, I agree with you. Go ahead, pick up the Grok. You take it away from Escalera. So in terms of the high invade roamers, they're pretty much gone. So it's gonna be hard for TNC Pro Team to track the rotations of Demon Tide unless Escalera is just forced to go into the Cho.
Nice pick as well, right? I love it against Escalera.
So it could be a Cho. Kaja seems bleak to me right now. I'm really looking at Cho because it allows you to get information and get the pick off.
There's the Cho. Woo! Perfectly called there, Mr. Renmar.
We're on fire, man.
We on fire today.
Yeah.
Hey, and now picks are locked in. Obviously, it does feel like a very solid, very safe composition here for Aurora. They have so much control over the lanes, they have so much control over the objectives because of the Grok, and of course on the other side, it's more of can we pick some people up and can we get some gold on our side.
And my only question right now is, this TNC lineup could work if Hez and Escalera really just time their initiations and their entries together, make sure that their backline is ready to respond to whatever Aurora throws at them, because Yue will have the ultimate of the Zast available for him.
Oh yeah, that is a great point. So we're going to see a lot of Nightmaric spawns. We'll see if that's going to be a case here as we head into game number 2 with throwing it over to Leo and Naisu.
Sign.
Much gratitude, Herman Santa Cruz, Carl
Mobile
Rachart.
Legends.
Here we are for match point over for the Auroras as TNC Pro Team tries to pull one over them to force us into game 3.
I like the fact that, you know, we get a little bit of a different setup, of course, for TNC this time around. I do want to see if they can have a better game this time around. Not to say that the early game, last game wasn't good. They can replicate that. They get a better snowball here this time around, hopefully, but they maintain it. I want to see that improvement from TNC and hopefully have less mistakes this time around for game number 2.
Which on the contrary is, you're right, Aurora is playing a very similar lineup to last game.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you don't have to change much, especially, you know, looking at things here like the Hitman turning into the Grok Man. Like, he's got that allowed. The wild charges, the setups that he's known for are going to be there. You know, Edward's pretty much doing the same thing with Edith. And that's what you can expect from Rora's lineup here. And the same thing, you know, Domeng, this is a signature pick for him. I know we don't see Claude too often from other teams, but Domeng, this is a signature pick, and you have to keep track of him if you're TNC.
He's been playing Cho on a professional level for the better part of 2 years. This young man knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Looking at the mid lane, again, Yue on the Valentina. That's
Whoa.
a straight Marco!
Well, that's already a great start. First blood going to the hands of Kaizen here.
Hitman!
He's gone.
I mean, there was a very similar situation in Game 1, wherein TNC tried to rotate on to Domeng. They now know that as a practice in fail. It's a frail approach. You know,
Frail
like
approach, yeah.
He knows what's up. So they tried to catch Renegade. Whoa! Escalera, the clapback.
Yeah, well, there's a 1-for-1 basically at that point. Both, you know, kind of roamers getting taken care of before the first turtle's going to get taken too. Kaizen will be able to secure it up, and now I'm not sure if they're still going to be looking for more possibly from it. They get the objective. right now, TNC off to, once again, a similar start from the previous game. Nothing too crazy, though. Pretty much even in terms of economy.
I think TNC are slowly and very quickly at the same time learning on the fly. Renegade. Whoa!
Renegade could be in trouble once again. Yeah, Kaizen. Good timing there from Escalera to call that, too, for Kaizen. And this is the best thing about a Hayabusa. You get 2 early kills, you're pretty much set for the early game.
It is snowball. Escalera trying to bother Demon Guy, kicking him out of range. Where's this purple buff going? The retribution.
Uh-oh. Escalera, should he be able to get away? I don't know. One hit. Whoa! How? Escalera, they can't catch him. Not enough range unless.
Oh,
Renegade. I thought if he picked him up with the Guardian's Bear, I would have been like, wow, that was not expected.
I mean, Renegade is one of the prolific chos in MPL Philippines, so he would know where to hide. He would know how to get away and where he would put himself if he was that low running away from an enemy squad. But yeah, no, I was saying TNC is learning on the fly, given that they don't have to force anything. They can just take targets, take wins from the map as they come and not force them with the threat of running out of gas. I think that's what happened in game 1. Like, they kind of burnt out, and they kind of got gassed. And then eventually when Aurora found that window of opportunity, that golden window of opportunity, they took it.
Yeah, they took it. And that's what I'm saying. You take a lineup like this, I feel like when I look at it, it's like, all right, we set ourselves up for early game to get the gas going again, but I'm just wondering, does this lineup give enough gas in the tank to get to the long game? You know, I think that's always the question with TNC.
I think at this point they're running like 60, 70, because again, Kaizen's sitting at 2-0 at 4 minutes.
Yeah.
So this is a good pace. They're putting it on cruise control, and basically it's on autopilot up until they can go for more without forcing anything.
Yeah. And if they wanted to force something, it actually, like, Heads can do it again. I would say even better to an extent. On this Turizla, we've seen so many, good team fights going in favor of the teams that have the Turizla with them. Playing around the penalty zone. You can see this getting started up, though. It's going to be Escalera. Look, could not find Demon Kite that he was looking for, but the penalty zone's going to find the targets down here. Demon Kite gets the objective, and Heads has to flicker out.
Oh.
Escalera goes down.
And all this while, Kaizen committed Grand Theft Purple, trying to take one on Doming!
Good trade. Kaizen gets another kill, 3-0 now. A lot of gold here on the top, too.
It's a great trade.
Yeah, Renegade's a little bit too late. Nearly all the gold, but look what's happening on the other side. Trading that gold plating both sides of the map.
So far, so good, because TNC were almost running away with 1,000 gold ahead prior to that engage, prior to that minute-long sequence. And now it's tracked out about 500, 600 across the board. So I think Aurora are also happy with what they walked away with. Maybe the only thing that they were hoping is maybe Doming didn't die. Because again, a gold lane death this early on, it's never a good thing.
Yeah, it's not a good thing. But them getting the kill in the hands of Kaizen there like that, and Doming trying to farm up on this cloud, you know that he needs the Trinity. Look at this already. On the Blazing Duet into the Zaman Forest. Both roamers also waiting in the whims here. A couple shots more for Kaizen. Gonna get forced back to the turret, but look who is joining the fight here. I'm not sure if they pressure it any longer. Heads is now part of the fight.
It's a 4v4. Gentlemen!
This has to break out. Dominator's Descent going to be used too. They get the stun out on Yue. Uses his
He's
own
burning, he's burning! He's burning!
Escape. I don't think he will go down.
He's fine.
He's all right. Man, that was a whole lot of focus here in the gold lane.
It's a lot of aliens.
Yeah.
And again, it shows that Yue, after playing the Zaskin game, wait, it's a duel!
Little assassin 1v1. Kaizen not able to connect on Demon Kite, just a little bit off there.
Max range shadows.
Max range.
Talking about now the exchanges, the trades so far, because of how TNC are trying to find these big, in their minds and on their clock, they've gone into 8. We'll talk about it later. Kaizen dropping the Z-Force.
I think they just pressure him off. Yeah, they get the turret.
They push it. All right. In TNC's mind, and again, I would assume so properly, rightfully so, they have to speed it up because, again, Aurora are also slowly building up to a mid-game power spike.
It's the same thing as last game.
Yes. But I'm hoping now that they're able to do it without, and miss comes the kick!
There's a kick. Way the Dragon right on target as they take out Edward. TNC able to find a kill. That's going to happen every single time. Escalera does have that available.
Luckily, it's only really happened to Renegade often, to Edward this time around, and then earlier on Doming. once.
Yeah.
So Aurora can count their blessings and say, you know what, that might be the last of maybe the 2 more kills that TNC is going to get on us in the early to mid. As for TNC, again, they're not crossing the river as much, not until there's like 3 or 4 members ready.
Oh.
And wait, whoa.
Whoa, Renegade was waiting in the bush for that purple take from Kazin. Wild charges, and then look who's there to clean it up. Demon Kite! He'll be able to escape after assassinating Kazin.
All right. What are you to do if you don't even really cross the river and your opponents are waiting there? That is Hitman things.
That is.
See, he was waiting in the corner, and he knows his contract. He knows the target was Kazin. That's a shutdown! I was just about to wonder how many stacks on that Sky Piercer. Does he even have the Sky Piercer?
No, he just picked it up before that. So, like, he had the Sky Piercer a little bit before getting assassinated, which is tough, right?
That resets it then.
Yeah.
Sadly, and look at that cross map. The reward for Aurora, a push by Doming. The TNC will equalize, though, and take down this Tier 1 in bot.
All right, trades here happening, and going back to it, this is what you were talking about. RORA looking to swing things here at the 8.5-minute mark, getting a little bit of a favor in terms of gold. Nothing too crazy, but TNC, how do they stop this from swinging too out of control? You know, they've been relying on Escalera to get these picks off with the Way of Dragon kicks, combination with the flicker, but leading into this Lord, this is where it's really crucial.
Maybe that's one of the keys to TNC's mid-game regaining of control. Don't rely just clearly on the Escalera. I think Aurora knows that TNC wants to do that. So maybe try to get Heads involved. Look, Heads hasn't really been a part of much of these fights.
Yeah.
He's always like, I'll hold the bush, I'll hold the bush. All right, maybe not. Looking for the flicker. Penalty zone, looking for the conceal off cam kill on Doming. What?
Doming, Escalera taking a brunt of the damage from Demon Kite. Kicks him away defensively. Now he doesn't have that ability available for this Lord dance. A couple members low also from RORA. Right now, TNC trying to set up this front side.
Oh.
Kazin not going to go in, doesn't have the shadow kill available.
Case is very vindictive right now. He did not expect to die earlier on right after he picked up Sky Piercer.
Yeah.
So now he got one of the best prizes an assassin could get in any game of MLBB. Killing the gold laner.
Yeah.
All by his lonesome.
All by his lonesome. Escalera
Uh-oh.
trying to keep Renegade in check here. Heads now joining the fight too. There's the kick, the Way of the Dragon. Looking for the follow-up. Penalty zone going to be dropped down as well. Renegade taken out of the picture. Down a roamer for RORA. And now Demon Kite waiting in the winds, looking for Lancey. Dominator's Ascent can save him, and now Demon Kite's in trouble as Lancey will punish him. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, a flicker comes out. Edward tries to pick up a kill and will get punished as well. Kazin picks up a kill and makes his way for the Lord. A clear sign for TNC.
God, what have you done? You fell for the Cho, and now TNC has the Lord. It started with Escalera, fancy footwork.
Yep.
All right, look at this, and then off camera, it was first Doming taken down, and then eventually DK said, you know what, we need to get something back, I'm gonna burst down Lancey, and then Lancey kills him, and then next thing you know, Edward is overextending, and then it led to that free pick-off one more time. What was that, a minute-long sequence that led to TNC's clean Lord take?
It was a good overlapping of the utility that they brought to the fight. You mentioned this even before it broke down, man. Heads had to do something too. His penalty zone off that Way of the Dragon was what really locked down the key targets for them to lead to the advantage they had. And look at this, Kazin once again putting the pressure with the shadow kill. Can't get UA though. They have the Lord now in the mid lane. Should be able to take care of these tier 2 turrets. TNC in their favor. Game number 2, looking to knock on the base turrets of RORA.
Look at this. For the first time in this whole best of 3, game 2, TNC in full control. 11 minutes in, about 3,000 gold ahead. They're forcing Aurora to try and punish them for pushing in deep. TNC gonna hold their ground, maintain control, and see, I think that they understood that, all right, around this time in the game, around this pace, Aurora's going to try to look for the same conceal play, the clapback. Yeah. This is what happened in game 1. TNC's like, no, we won't.
Learning from game number 1, I'd say, for the most part.
They're so fast on the pickup.
Yeah, the way that they're playing this one, looking for it once again. Double trouble here under the tier 2 as Demon Kite goes down. Escalera trying to escape. He's going to get away with his life somehow. Into the penalty zone they go, forcing him down. Renegade's gone, and TNC comes striking back as UA's in trouble as well. 4 down for RORA. It's only Domeng versus the full force of the Phoenix. TNC takes out the turret, and now they get primed and ready to lock down the base. TNC will get game number 2 and take it to game 3.
The Phoenix Army in the MPL arena erupt in the blink of an eye, Joseph. A spark. TNC take it.
The Embers